So, we just finished reading Children of the World, and this book made me think about how we could write about something that we know all about, and that's ourselves. So, we could write about us. So, today we're going to make a plan of things about ourselves that we're going to use this web up here. We're going to take the notes that we record on our web, and next time we're going to take these notes and we're going to turn them into sentences so that we can practice writing, and specifically writing about ourselves. So in the middle here I have me, because that's what I'm going to write about. That's my topic. And here I'm going to talk about my name, because just like the author in this book talked about, different people might call you different things. So my name is Marissa. It's my first name. That's what grown-ups call me. And my last name is Telecki. So when I'm at school, most people call me Miss Telecki or Miss T. So I'm going to write Miss T down. That's one name people call me. And my daughters call me Mom. So that's another name. That's important that I might want to write a sentence about. How different people call me different names, because that's something that's important in my life. Another thing that the book talked about that I want to make sure that I write down is where I live, right? Because that's something, where I live. So, I live in, like all of you, I live in Pennsylvania. So I'm just going to abbreviate. I'm going to write PA, because that is the abbreviation for Pennsylvania. And I grew up there. But for a little while, I went to college, and I lived after college for a number of years in Virginia. So I'm going to put a VA there too, because that's another place that I lived. Those are important places that I might want to write about. So those notes are going to remind me of that in my plan. The next thing that I want to maybe write about is things that I like to do. So things that I like to do. I like to run. I like to go on runs. I have a garden, so I like to garden. I like to watch movies. I like mystery movies. Those are things that I like to do. So those are some things that I might want to write some sentences about. The next thing that you might want to write about, if you're writing about yourself, is things that you like to eat. So your favorite foods. So I'm going to write up here, I like to eat, I like to eat pizza. It's one of my favorite foods. I also like mozzarella sticks. Those are like my very favorite food. They're just like pizza, kind of. Mozzarella sticks. And my favorite good for me food, so my favorite food that is a little healthier, favorite fruit, are strawberries. Okay, so those are things that if I wanted to write some sentences about things that I like to eat, I can use this to help me plan. Two other things. So, what is my job? What's my job? So my job is that I'm a teacher. So I work at schools. And then I'm also a mom. So I have to help my kids, right? So I do things at home to take care of them. So you here, you don't have a job officially, but if you had to write about some things that you do schoolwork, you might help with some chores at home. So those are all things that you do that are your job. So this is my job. And, I went in the wrong order. So I have 1, where I live, 2, what I like to do, 3, what I like to eat, and then I forgot 4, but I went over here to 5, which is my job. And the last thing is anything special days. Because in the book they talked about how everybody has something that they remember as being special days. And I thought that was something that might be, that I'd like to learn about you. So if you did some writing, I'd like to hear about your special days. So I'm going to put special days, or maybe it's special items. They also talked in here about maybe it's a button that somebody gave you, or a pin, or a piece of jewelry, or maybe you found a rock that's special to you. Those are all things that could be special. I am going to talk about some special days. I'm going to put a heart here just so I remember what this is. So that's special days. I'm going to put a heart. And the special days, so is the day I got married. So my wedding day is a special day for me. And the day that my daughter's birthdays. So my birthdays. I'm going to put L and K because those are my daughter's initials. And then also another important day is the day that I graduated from college and grad school. Those are important days because those are things that I worked really hard for. So I'm going to write down graduation days. Because those are days that I remember, and I might want to write sentences about when I'm thinking about that. So just really quick, since I don't have, just so everybody can see what I was writing about, I have special days. I put a heart here. Things I like to do, so I have running, gardening, and watching movies. Things I like to eat, pizza, mozzarella sticks, strawberries. Where I live, Pennsylvania, and I lived in Virginia for a while. And then my job, and then who I am. And the different names that different people call me. So all of those ideas, those that I just brainstormed and planned, we're going to turn this web into sentences the next time that we talk. And we're going to talk about how we're going to write something about ourselves, a story about ourselves. So I'll see you next time.